panel today. We have the host of the Collective Podcast, New York Times bestseller, Brian Windhorst. We also have eight-time All-Star, the only person to ever play 20 seasons in the NBA, future Hall of Famer, Vince Carter. Welcome, gentlemen. Coming up, guys, we talk a little bit about Steph Curry. He passed Ray Miller first on the all-time three-made list this past weekend. When will Steph pass Ray out? Stick around for that. First, winning streaks are a fun thing. Sometimes they can bring a team together. Remember back in 2010 when LeBron first got to Miami and the start of the season was kind of a mess, Big Three struggling to fit, and Eric Spoelstra facing daily questions about whether he'd be fired? The team held the players-only meeting, reeled off 12-game win streak, and became the powerhouse that would go on to win 2 titles in 4 years. But winning streak can also end up meaning not much. Last year's Bucks won 18 straight, only to get in the second round of the playoffs. In 2008, the Rockets won 22 in a row, then lost in the first round. So how should we look at the Clippers and Jazz right now? L.A. is a 7-game win streak, a run fueled by Paul George playing some of the best basketball of his career, and by Kawhi Leonard, who's not only shown up for the Clippers, but is doing it consistently. This Clipper streak includes Kawhi's first back-to-back games in nearly 4 years. Kawhi has also done what stars are supposed to do, like yesterday, when much of the team hadn't quite woke up yet for the early Sunday afternoon tip. Leonard took things to his own enormous hands, outscoring the entire starting lineup in the first quarter and finished with 34, 9, and 8. To me, everything the Clippers do this regular season is important. Since last year, we saw what happened when the team tried to skip steps. This time, they're giving themselves a much stronger foundation. But will the result be any different? Yeah, we don't know that. As for the Jazz, well, they're on an 8-game winning streak right now, one of the league's top 5, both offensively and defensively. Nearly all their wins so far this season have come by double digits. And Donovan Mitchell has clearly a gas pedal during the streak, putting up 27 a game. So what does Utah's streak mean? According to Steve Kerr, a lot. This weekend, Warriors coach said Utah, quote, are trying to win a championship right now. I think they are capable of doing so. You know, they are where we were 3 or 4 years ago, which is, well, quite the comparison. 3 or 4 years ago, Golden State had Steph Curry, Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green all playing at the height of their powers on a team that was itself drawing comparisons to the 98 Bulls. I'm not sure that I think Utah's win streak already puts in that category. And it's important to remember that just last season, the Jazz had a 10-win streak and so lost in the first round. Still, both the Jazz and the Clippers runs, they sure feel like significant. And is over yet. So let's start with you. Who do you feel second best team in the West right now? Giving some deference to the defending champion Lakers. Do you feel the Clippers slot in as their rival in the West, or Jazz, given what you've seen the past week or two?
I mean, the Jazz are great basketball, and like you said, they're on a mission. But I still think the Clippers are hungry and also on a mission, trying to get to that Western Conference Finals again, because they felt like, not again, but get where they should have been last year, because they felt like the opportunity slipped away. So I think they're hungry, and they're playing great basketball as well. So I still give the edge to the Clippers, even though you end this in maybe 2 weeks. It could be the Utah Jazz if they continue to play their playing.
Yeah, I think the Clippers have a high ceiling, because they have guys on the roster who have Kawhi, who's been a finals MVP a couple of times. But the one thing about these two teams that you have to pay attention to, it's 2021, three-point shooting. The Clippers are number 1 league in three-point shooting percentage. The Jazz number 2. The Jazz are number 1 in overall 3.8 per game. That's what Spurs is talking about, Rach. He's talking about reminds him of a team that plays good defensively and also overwhelms the opponent by volume three-point shooting. Now, the Clippers defense, part of this win streak, was from the bottom 5 of the league. They've played better and now crawled into the top 15. So the Jazz are playing more consistently on defense, and that's that matters. Mid-February, I think it's February 12th and 13th, somewhere around Valentine's Day, the Jazz go to L.A., play a little 2-pack against the Clippers and Lakers. That will be a good referendum, something to look forward to.
Very, very interesting. A fun team watch right now. And it's pretty fun watching Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert and Jordan Clarkson and everybody on the squad. Really, you can see them learning they are right now. It's really fun to watch a team bring out just how much power it has. Guys, I want to move on to the eastern side of the bracket here. Let's move on to Jalen Brown, who had a historic performance last night. He dropped 33 points in 19 minutes. And according to Elias Sports, that's the most point by any player in fewer than 20 minutes in the shot clock era. That dates back to 1955. When you have done something no one has done since 1955, it is a big deal.
Crazy. And
it gets the attention of 11th champ Bill Russell, who tweeted at Jalen, great playing, keep it up. So, Brian, is Jalen Brown on your most improved player but already?
He's on my most improved player ballot, on the All-Star ballot, he's on the All-NBA ballot. I'd be honest with you, there's only 3 or 4 players in this league right now I would probably trade Jalen Brown for. And the contract that he signed, while it is a $100 million contract, is well less than the max. The Celtics thrilled to got him on that deal. He's arguably one of the valued dollar-for-dollar players in the league right now. And if you watch the way he got the points in this game, he showed everything. He created turnovers and scored in transition. He took them to the basket. He, came off of screens, catch and shoots and shot. He did pull-ups. It was a complete display of well-rounded his game is going to be. A couple years ago, when he was in his second year, I thought he was going to be a sort of a 3-and-D player, hard-nosed defender who would score when the ball came to him. He wasn't the ball much. Now look at him and say he's a foundational piece of a championship contender.
I agree. I definitely think he tops for most improved. And you can see at the end of last year, the way he was playing and the confidence that he was playing with, that lets you know going summer and whenever, I guess it was summer, but going into the year, he was going to play with a lot of confidence. He hit the season, he hit the ground running from the beginning of the season. So, I think they're 1A and 1B when you're talking about the best players and most important players on the Celtics team. And when he goes, and when Tatum goes, their team goes, and then you add Kim Walker. So I think now, most of them, like you said, an all-star, he's playing at all level that he's playing at right now. And look out for Brown because the Celtics are a great opportunity to come out of the East because they play on ends extremely.
Vince, what did you notice about playing against Jalen Brown? You went against him the past few years?
He could do everything. Very athletic. He's a guy at 7'6", 8'6" in that area who can guard 1 through 4. And he's very confident in his game, and you can see his jump shooting and his point shooting and his confidence put on the floor start to soar in every year. And now watching him from afar, getting back to seeing him rookie year, like Brian said, you didn't know at first, like, oh yeah, he's a pretty player, and now becoming a special player, and he will be getting max soon.
See, this is one of the awesome things about having Vince Carter show, like number 207. He's his basketball reference. He's been able to play again and judge every player in the NBA the last 2 decades, can give you their progression right off the bat. Vince, we appreciate that. We're going to have a lot of Vince Carter coming, as well as me and Brian, going to give us his top 3 dunkers a game today in this segment. You are going to stick around for that. First, though, here's a replay. Date in 2020, when LeBron passed Kobe on the all-time scoring list. It was in Philadelphia for this game, and it was a moment.
The third leading scorer in NBA history, passing Kobe Bryant.
I'm not even going to talk about what happened next day. I'm going to prove this.
All left ahead of him is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Cologne. Everybody in the building. LeBron James, a standing ovation.
So, guys, you now have Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Vince, starting with you, what's the NBA equivalent of this matchup? Big GOAT versus baby GOAT.
Well, first, let me start off by saying, let's go Bucks. First of all, Tampa Bay Bucks in here for a very long time has suffered for 8 long years. But moving on, I like LeBron, obviously, and then somebody like Luka Doncic, who has a similar game, is playing the point guard, can score any level, maybe not high flyer, but triple doubles. You expect triple double from him every. So that will be my comparison.
I like
but once
that.
again, go Bucks.
18 long years. Talk to a Browns fan. 18 long years. That's only like part of your career. You played like a whole other presidential administration after 18 long years. There's no comparison to Mahomes because we don't have any players who've won titles.
That's so good. Poor Brian.
The fighting spirit and we all share. It's the steady beat, the story of Anderson Mack. The story of his immigrant mother and 4 children on her own. His own story of a man came from nothing, on purpose, success, in the recording studio. Anderson .Paak found his fighting spirit and uses it to inspire us through his music. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you make. Modelo, brewed for those of fighting spirit.
Dig the win.
Touchdown, Tampa!
Now, get the Bucks are NFC champ. And you can get your hand on the official trophy collection at NFLshop.com, including the championship t-shirt and hat.
That's incredible! 1, 2, 3,
They wore field. Now you can wear it everywhere. Shop now and get free shipping at NFLshop.com.
Finally moved in.
A great old house. Bones, wraparound porch.
The pipes are making strange noise. Even the plumber couldn't help us.
Nope.
At least Geico bundling our home and car, and it's easy.
Which saves us on.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Maker Mystic, and that's coming from the Liberty Ride, Get Flying, Rolex, when Diamond Ringer, and get dealer, wheeler, dealer, out of a gun, Ric Flair. Woo!
Woo! It's done. Bug talk. DeAndre Hunter to throw one down Giannis, but he had plans. Brian, I know you like reward defense, but maybe it's a bad idea to try to meet Giannis at the rim.
Just general, don't try to go over Giannis. Round, under,
right?
Behind, not over. You're going to lose going over.
Right.
Thank you for showing someone blocking a shot.
That's the point. You like these.
Yes.
I got an opportunity. I was in this game, and just seeing DeAndre Hunter, to see him actually this and show no fear is you get support. I mean, the defensive player of the year. If you make your mark as a dunker or as an athlete, who better than Giannis?
You gotta try. Acting Lakers Bulls. Hale get fouled. Alex so helps him up and left hanging in the process. But he played it since. You gotta like that.
That's one of those things that's just basketball. Especially when you get knocked on or whatnot, you tend to lose focus, and you kind of just gotta brush off. You just gotta brush off.
I just like all the handshake fails.
Two things I take away from this was very strange. This was very strange, and also look how long Montrezl's arms are. I just sort of realized that. Good God.
All right.
Mr. Swaps, Nets Heat. After the game, Kyrie asked for Bam's jersey. Our friend David Holcomb in Miami doing his job when league charged him with Brian staying in, stopping it from happening. Remember, NBA has said limiting post-game daps and asked security to be there to do this. What do you think, Brian?
Two things we've learned today is unless you're Vince Carter in the year 2000, you go against Frederick Weiss, don't you go over a player, and don't mess with David Holcomb. You're never going to that.
Nope.
You're never going to.
No, that's a Dave.
Nope.
No.
Legend.
I know Dave very well, and he's serious. Yeah, he's legend, exactly. And he's a great guy, but hey, he's doing it. He's protecting everybody.
Make skills. Celtic Avs, JaVale McGee getting the rebound behind the back on the break. Sit down for the coast to coast. Point JaVale. Gotta love it, Vince.
Point center. You mean point center.
I think the Cavs have all centers and no guards. He's got to do it.
Exactly. You remember Shaq that as well, and everybody cleared out. I mean, they didn't quite clear out, but it's fun every now and then to see a center run the point position and then sit on his own without a pass. Love it.
A little tough for Cleveland against the team playing defense. Time to run back, guys. Vince Carter, top 3 current pound-for-pounders in the league. The 3, you pick Aaron Gordon of the Magic. You think he got robbed season in the dunk contest?
I mean, he should have a trophy, and that's why it's 3 instead of 2. Because of that, I know him very well. We've had conversations about dunking, about doing dunk contests, what to do. So he deserves one.
All right.
For sure.
Speaking of dunk contest, airplane mode. Derrick Jones Jr. now of the Trailblazers.
And he's earned airplane mode for a reason. This guy can fly. He's fearless. He's not ready to jump or dive over anybody. I think at some point you'll see him. Look at that right there. Oh, my goodness.
And number 1.
Airplane mode.
A 2-time dunk champ on his own. Zach LaVine of the Bulls. What do you got, Vince?
I mean, you said it. 2-time champ. I've seen him dunk on a few people live. Playing in Atlanta, and not only now, he's not just a dunker anymore, and talked about that. I was like, show the world what you do, but don't just label as a dunker, and he's doing this year, he could be in the most improved as well.
I totally agree with that. And Brian, he was trying the 3-point contest also, so he could have both, right?
Hey, he could that as well.
Yeah, Zach LaVine's an incredible rise in his career the last couple of years. Hats off to him, and he's got the Bulls, a team you want to watch is the Bulls right now.
All right, guys. Another team you want to watch is always Warriors. As long as Steph Curry is on that team, he is climbing up career threes list. How soon until he's number one, and how similar or different is he than his predecessors? Again, we have Basketballopedia and Carter on the show, who can tell you exactly what it's to play against G. Miller.
Where else? Your own city, home your biggest rival.
And 30 is still in.
Where else a city this loud, be this loud?
Where else is he? Still in the making.
Oh, goodness. Basketball brilliance on display.
I need to sell my house. Now, there are a lot of places that claim to know how much it's worth, but they don't really know my house or my neighborhood, and they definitely don't show my options. That's where HomeLight comes in. I just answer a few questions, and HomeLight gives me a side-by-side comparison of options, personalized for my needs. And they'll show me what verified will pay for my house right now. It's easy, and it's free. No matter how you use to sell your home, selling starts HomeLight. Get it today at home.com.
The mind's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. And while the great masters the body, the greatest master the mind.
I'm embarrassed to admit, but I can't tell you the last time I looked at my credit card statement. Hi, I'm Yaya, founder of True. A simple app to help you stay on top of your spend, save money, and make sense of your finances. It's an audited accountant for people. Download it today.
Our next star-studded Wednesday NBA doubleheader on ESPN and the app. Lakers taking on the Sixers at 7:30 Eastern. Then the Timberwolves squaring off against Steph and the Warriors. Enjoy this matchup. It's of Curry and he passed on the all-time three-point list weekend. Oh, that guy, Reggie Miller.
The way you practice how you play. If you dog it in practice, you're really going to dog the game, and especially when it's time.
They do a timeout. Decide to use it. Curry downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh! He's got it! Reggie Miller does get it. No, those parking lot tees.
The best thing about Reggie is that he plays his best when it's all on the line, and that's it. It is Jeff Miller time.
Reggie Miller, sensational.
Video game. We are in a video game right now. No matter how you look at it, this is big time. Unbelievable. That's what makes Reggie.
There is something special about Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah. There's the way that went in. You must live a strong life to get that hit.
Ray Allen is Reggie Miller. It is Steph Curry. Line three-pointers. And he's pulling fast.
Can you Ray Allen?
I hope so. I mean, it's a test of longevity, consistency, a newfound appreciation for basically what it takes to get to that level.
Health.
I mean, you got to be healthy, you got to have some screen setters, you got to be able to make shots in all sorts of moments and all sorts of ways. Hopefully I'm playing long enough to get it done.
3,000 is the big mark, Steph.
Got my eyes on it, and obviously, hopefully some championships come along with it. That's the goal.
A long way.
Hopefully be described best shooter ever played, and that's something really wonderful.
Curry with an yes, that's a big one. And there goes Uncle Reggie Miller.
So much. And welcome back to The Jump. Rachel Nichols still hanging out with Mr. Vince Carter, Brian Windhorst, and as we mentioned, guys, Steph Curry passing second in the all-time three-point list this past weekend. Steph throwing up number 31, pay homage to Reggie when he tied the record. Curry now trails only Ray Allen, the most threes made ever. He eclipsed Reggie's mark in his 715th game, while Miller took almost 1,400 games to get there. But he did get to do something fun with Curry on the Mia Zoom press conference after the game. Take a listen.
Number one, congratulations. This is an unbelievable achievement. But work is not done. Obviously, I know you're chasing Ray, but you are an inspiration to so many little ones of mine. And I'm so proud of all the work because I know what goes into that. I know the countless hours when it's easy to, go hang with your boys, hit the club, sleep, do the things, but you're in the lab getting your work done. So the sacrifices, obviously, with your family, you're an unbelievable father and family man, and the sacrifices come with that. And the blend that you have with your family, basketball and nation, the Miller are very proud of you, especially the little guy. He is your number fan. So thanks so much for what you have done, my friend.
That means a lot, Reg. Appreciate it. Like you said, I have a lot to take, but to try to live out all those that competitive, just the work that goes in, the appreciation of every game I get to play, and to shoot the ball at this level. I'm doing a lot of other things, but to follow your footsteps and that, right, it means a lot. So I appreciate the support. You, Ray, have been, if I'm chasing any Ray, to have two guys that have reached back and encouraged me the way I have, it means a lot. So I'll pass that torch on as well, but I appreciate it.